I'm Heather from booktubes. Welcome to my Blackathon vlog. So I'm a romance reader and Team Oshun has romance prompts. So I'm super excited about that because I have been participating in Blackathon for a few years, but it makes it easier when there's romance prompts. So I'm gonna quickly run you through all of my picks for the TBR prompts. The first one is the group book, Fake It Till You Bake It, I think by Wesley. I am not interested in this book, but I am going to give it a try. I often just skip group books. I'm not into traditionally published, not into bakeries, not into it, but I'm going to try it rather than just skipping it, basically. So, not super likely that I'm going to like it, but we'll see. I'm team DNF all the way, so if I don't like it, I'll DNF it. Then for the prompt Hate to Love, I'm going to read The Grim Reaper's Lawyer by Monique. I don't know anything about this book other than the title and the cover. I assume it's pretty self-explanatory. It sounds like a fun premise, and I love paranormal, so that's that. Then Aquatic, Stayed on the Beach is Merman Erotica by Rianne, Burnett. Ashley loves this book. I do not care for mermaids, mermen, tentacles, oceanic creatures, sirens, krakens, I don't care. This one's short, and I have read and liked this author before, so we're gonna try it. Then for yellow cover, I basically went through authors that I already love and looked for a yellow cover, and Love at First Spite by Alexandra is the yellow cover. I've taken this book on and off my TBR a few times, so you know, I don't know. I really like this author, so I think it's the best option that I'm gonna have. And then for steamy, I want to read Handled by Eva Sherie. I loved Held in Contempt by this author last year. Very steamy. This one's also a very steamy novella, and it's a basketball one, and that's really all I know. Like I said, I've read the author before. I liked the author before. That's like good for me in readathons to not just go with all new to me authors, because I DNF most of the new to me authors. I won't even lie to you. So team DNF, but we're gonna try these books. I'm kind of doing my own version of the 48-hour readathon for this vlog. I want to try and do this as quickly as possible. You know, read these books within a couple days of each other, but before the actual 48-hour readathon because of schedule. So that's all I've got. I do plan on reading more for the readathon, but not for the vlog. So, yeah, we're gonna try and hit all these prompts. So I thought I would do my first update as a voiceover over doing my reading journal, getting these prompts, you know, filled out, all the things. So you get some book journal, reading journal footage, and also the updates on the first books I read for the readathon. So the very first one is the group book, Fake It Till You Bake It. I DNF'd very quickly. This is a traditionally published romance. It is about a former NFL player who has opened a bakery, and she comes in and kind of turns her nose up at his cupcakes, and that's as far as I got. I am not into baking. I am not into baking treats. I despise it in shows and books. There's no reason for it. It just does not interest me at all whatsoever, even though, like, I don't mind baking. I mind the dishes, but not baking in and of itself. But yeah, I don't care. I decided instead of just skipping it, let me try. Maybe it will be a gem that immediately hooks me. That was not the case, so I immediately DNF'd. This is no reflection on the book. It is me and my taste. It would have been shocking if I was interested. So then the first book I actually did finish for this readathon was The Grim Reaper's Lawyer, which is an amazing title in and of itself. This is a multicultural paranormal. So this is by Monique, and our Grim Reaper is of Asian descent. It never gives us any more clarification or specificity, whatever that word is, than that. But he is Asian, and then our main character is Black, and we follow her on the day that she dies, and she basically dies from being a lawyer. I won't tell you all the things, but then she gets to the afterlife and he's like, either be my lawyer or go to hell. And she's like, oh, I'm going to hell. So we see that they kind of hate each other. This is what I used for the hate to love prompt. She despises him because he's making her be a lawyer when she just got to her afterlife. And just a very interesting commentary. This book had so many gems in it, so many great little lines of dialogue. The steamy scenes were really good. They worked for me so well. I loved the dirty talk. I loved the dynamic between them. However, the plot in this book was so incredibly predictable that it got on my nerves. I don't know if that's because I'm a lifetime reader. You know, I am picking up what you're putting down if you're hinting at things for the most part, or what, but the plot was just so predictable to me. And then it was really long. It was too long. There were a bunch of things that I could tell you should have been edited out. And I personally feel like the book would have benefited from being shorter and from getting that repetition out of it. Ultimately, I gave it 3 stars. It was a very mixed bag. Like I said, parts of it I loved, but for the most part, especially there at the end, I was like, okay, what are we doing? Why are we still going? Why are we still dragging this out? So, you know, I don't know that I would read the next one, but I am glad that I picked it up. I saw this because of the author's TikTok, and, you know, I'm glad I gave it a whirl. Then I read Save It on the Beach, which is Merman Erotica by Rianne, Burnett. This was a specific recommendation from Ashley at Bookish Realm. She read this a couple years ago. I really liked it. I'm not into mermen or mermaids or tentacles or any of the aquatic paranormals at all. So I haven't done it, but I have read, this is my 5th, I want to say, short erotic novella by this author, and I think I'm done. The first one I absolutely loved, and then every single other one I have not really. So I gave this one 2 stars. It just didn't do anything for me, and that's sad. But if you want Black Merman, Black Human, and, you know, some insta-lust, this is erotica. There's no happily ever after or anything. There is a sequel where she goes back to the beach and gets down with him again, but for me, it was short, so that was a plus, and that was really it. So a little disappointing on that. Like I said, I really loved the one by this author, so I kept, you know, one, they're short, so it's easy to give a chance, but I just have not really liked any of the other ones nearly as much, so that's, you know, been disappointing, but such is life. I'm sorry about all the shaking in this video. My tripod was touching the desk, and so next time I need to make sure that that is not a thing. So I really need to try and put that into my setup when I'm filming the journal stuff, to not have them touching, because I know it got on my nerves. So we were sick this week. I'm still kind of sick as I'm doing this voiceover, but it's just a cold. What are you gonna do? 'Tis the season. If everyone wore masks, that would be one thing, but not everyone does. So here we are, sick again. So yeah, we just chilled. That's it. It was a low week.
I haven't, but I've watched a lot of clips. Let me tell you. I'm struggling. Happy Blackathon. Ooh, let's talk about Miss Mika. It's giving lips, it's giving cheeks, it's giving eyes, it's giving hair, it's giving skin, it's giving glow. Come on, profile pic.
Good morning. So after my journal update from yesterday, I finished Handled by Eva Sherie. This is a steamy basketball novella. We have an NBA player and a older woman. As always, it did address the fame being kind of a negative, and especially the things that they can say about a woman in a scandal or any sort of situation where it's like, who do we blame? We blame her. And it didn't really mention this, but it kind of alluded to it. It's always interesting to me with famous men how they can love their woman and they can want to protect her. And that's not really in their power in public opinion, you know, like in public opinion, she will often be the scapegoat. She will often be the villain. Even if they love that man, then they hate the woman even more because she's the one that got him. So it's just always interesting to me. That's why I don't really like celebrity books or fan books, or would never, ever, ever want that for myself. So, you know, it's always interesting to me when that's the conflict, because to me, it's a very real hurdle that I would have a difficult time overcoming for anybody, you know? So I give that 4 stars. I did like Held in Contempt better, but I still liked this one. I talked to Tracy at Bookend to Bookend about it. Very enjoyable, but there were some things with their relationship that didn't work for me quite as well. Although, you know, very similar vein, I guess. And they are connected. So there's one more novella by this author, by this pen name of this author, that I haven't read, but we saw those characters in this one, so now I want to read it. So then I started Love at First Bite by Alexandra Warren. So far, this is my least favorite Alexandra Warren, so I love this author. Love this author. The dialogue is not working for me, and I don't know why. It's like they meet at his lounge and she's not having a good time, and he's like, hey, can I find out what's not working for you, because it's brand new, right? And she's like rambling a lot and he's rambling a lot, and it's supposed to be like funny and cute and quirky and banter and stuff, and it's not working for me. And I don't know why, because I've read so many of her books and like love the dialogue, no problemo. So I don't know what the issue is with this one, but I'm still at the very beginning. I want to make my way through that today. I'm also in the middle of Criminal Intentions number 6 by McCade, which is a Black author. So it counts for Blackathon, but it's not one of the Oshun prompts. But I'm trying to hit a couple more prompts than just the team, not in this vlog, because I don't do like month-long vlogs, and part of it is because storage space, your girl has to clear footage in order to film more footage. So, you know, it's a constant juggling. So that's part of why I'm filming this when I am, because I have a very fun video that will be going up after this that I've been planning for months. So yeah, that's that. That's all I got for you right now.
Yeah, so I DNF'd Love at First Bite. It wasn't working for me. Mina Reads rated it really low, and the only part of the book she liked was the part that I was already in that I didn't like, so we just gave up. My goal this month is to DNF all the things, so winning. And that's it. So kind of a slightly less than spectacular reading vlog, but here we are. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.